I'm slightly obsessed. Hello aeronauts! Welcome to a new video with me, Aaron James, your cute baby gay of a friend who loves Disney, theatre and LGBT plus stuff. That actually wasn't too bad. So today we are talking about, everybody's talking about Jamie. It's a brand new British musical that just got nominated for 5 Olivier Awards. I couldn't have been happier. I was sat in the theatre cafe with my little laptop watching it, like, come on, who's gonna get nominations? And everybody knew that Hamilton would get a lot. I mean, 13, so many. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm a bit weird. I'm not like a big Hamill fan, just because it got too hyped for me and I got scared. Today's video is more about the other nominee for Best New Musical and Best Actress in a Musical and Best Actor in a Musical and Best Music and Best Choreography. A lot. Everybody's talking about Jamie is all about Jamie New, and he lives in Sheffield and he's 16 and he wants to be a drag queen. So that's kind of the premise of it. It is based off the real Jamie. He did a documentary on the BBC 3 and it was called Jamie Drag Queen at 16, I think. I did know this off by heart because I watched it recently with my mom before we went in Feb to see it again. So this show has become my most seen show in my lifetime so far at 7, which is crazy because like other shows that were at 6 were Wicked, Kinky Boots, a lot of shows that I've seen for years now, not long after they opened till now. So it's really weird that a show that's only just opened, realistically, like in October, has become my most seen show ever. So it was based off the documentary Jamie Drag Queen at 16, and it was shown on the BBC 3 in August 2011, and it followed Jamie Campbell and his mum Margaret, and all about him wanting to go to his prom in a dress. So he wants to be a drag queen, but the main part of his life that they were following in the documentary was that he had decided he wanted to go to his prom in a dress, and it was following the school's decision and how their views of it, fellow friends, people in his school, the parents of kids in his school and everything. Watching it back recently with my mom, we realised how it's a really good documentary. It's so refreshing to see someone at the age of 16 know who they are and know what they want to do with their life. Even more happier to see somebody, especially dealing with their concepts of sexuality and gender and everything, and what the show especially took from that documentary is just how strong and loving and accepting Jamie's relationship is with his mom Margaret, and seeing how many times I've been to see the show, and whenever I've seen a photo of them together, the real mother and son, it's just adorable. And I think it's made me love the show more, and just knowing how true it is to them. So I saw the show in previews thanks to Todaytix, and I remember the first time I saw it I didn't know how I felt. Do I love it? I really want to love it, but do I? So then I went back 2 days later again in previews, because I needed to know if I loved it or not. I needed to know if I'm going to be talking about Jamie all the time. And the second time I went, a lot had improved with it. The sound was a lot better. Loads of it had just suddenly improved rapidly. So then by the end of it, I was standing up dancing and knew pretty much the lyrics for the last song already. And then it just made me so happy and uplifted that I went back another 4 times so far. And I finally got to take my parents to see it last month. I felt that this was a show that me and my mom would cherish, and we definitely did, because mom bless her started listening to the songs to prepare herself, and I got a text the week before we went to see Jamie to tell me that she was listening to He's My Boy and crying. And I nearly cried reading that text, because every time I've seen the show I have bawled my eyes out at Margaret's song and Jamie and Margaret's song in Act 2, because it just reminded me so much of me and my mum, and how selfless my mum is, and how she's accepting she is, and how she always is just there to protect her boy. And watching it with her, I was a sobbing wreck, and I felt for the people next to me, because I literally just did not stop crying throughout the whole of those 2 songs. I was just wailing, and there was my mum too. She, bless her, she started crying during, mum was crying during He's My Boy, and then she put her hand on me and she was like, stop it. And I was like, I can't. I was like, I've waited and waited to watch this with you and to see how much you love it, and just, this is me showing my mom just how much I couldn't have asked for a better mom. And I think, well, from what I've seen on Twitter and everything, is that a lot of people have felt the same watching it. It seems to have really stirred up loads of emotions in people. Even though, yes, the show is very focused on its LGBT plus message and plotline, it's also just mainly about the love between a mother and her child. And specifically in the show, a mother and her son. How no matter who he is or how he presents himself or identifies, she will do everything that she can to make him happy. And it melts my heart every time. I love a good show where not only is it feel good, but the message. There's a message that just resonates. You leave it just thinking about it. It improves your day the next day because you're taking the messages and living through them. And I think if a show doesn't do that, I don't like it as much. I mean, I think that's why I've always loved Hairspray, because it is the most feel-good. You know it's been created to just make people have a grand old time, but also it has so many messages in it about race, how you feel about your body, just about in general being there for your fellow person, and just that love is more important, love wins, and love is love, and everything like that. And I think that's why I love it, because yes, it's feel good, but it also has that message that it's wanting to convey. You leave getting this really big positive message. Same with Kinky Boots. When a show's a bit too fluffy and there's not a message with it, I might have a great old time, but I love a show that you can tell it was made because the writers or director, etc., had a message that they felt was really powerful, and they wanted to use theatre to affect people's lives, because I think theatre always should affect people. There is a lot of Jamie stuff I have. The programme, this amazing design from my friend Dramatic Inking on Twitter, Etsy, yeah, on Etsy. He knew how much I loved Jamie that he sent me this, and you can get it on his Etsy shop, which I will leave in the link down below. I love it. And I love the accents of red, but it has every cast member in it, which is really cool. So he's done, it's not just random ideas for people, it's the specific looks of each performer, which is amazing. And he does it for a lot of shows, including Broadway ones. Head on over and have a look at it. Todaytix sent me to watch it both times, 2 of the times that I went. And once I went and my friend won the lottery, so I also got to experience what it is like if you win Todaytix's £20 front row lottery. It's a fine view on the front row. You get to see everything. It's not a show where, I don't know, where there's like walls in that you can't see from. Yeah, it was still a great view, and there's loads of ways that Todaytix help with being able to see shows, including the reverse scheme and stuff like that. I'm going to do a video, I think, at some point, just going through how to use Todaytix. It's got a great way to see shows, and I'm really thankful that they knew how much I love the show, and that I've been able to go and promote it and tell you all about it, because I think everybody should be talking about Jamie, and hearing that it extended, and now with its 5 Olivier noms, I think it will be talked about for a while. And it's just nice to see a British musical doing really well, because I feel like it's been a while since a show completely new from the UK, with a UK creative team, has done so well. Probably since Matilda. I don't think we've had one that's came out of the blue, because a lot of things in the West End at the minute, either they're adaptations from a film, so they've got that name behind it, or they've got well-known people in roles, whereas this show is just relying on just how good it is, and that's what makes me love it and really want to help say we need to keep talking about Jamie. And if you go and see it, go and find one of the mirrors and get your selfie with it. I've got mine here, and they've got competitions to get free makeup from Barry M. If you dress up like Jamie, you get that makeup look and show you're a work of art. Yeah, it's just so good. Yes. So, yes. So just, yeah, keep on talking about Jamie, because I will be. And if you want to have a chat about Jamie, or if you've seen it, let me know down below in the comments below. Let me know. Subscribe if you want to watch more theatre related content, or what do you want me to talk about, any of the shows? Ask me some questions down below, or go over onto Twitter at aeronjamesuk, or Instagram, which is the same, or going onto my website, aeronjames.com. Let's keep this conversation going. Right, I think I've spoken enough, and I love you all. Right, I shall see you later. Bye. 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 Bye.